So you're looking to buy a car, but you don't really want to spend so much a year running the car. Well, I have a solution for you, and it comes in 3 flavors: Toyota, Peugeot, and Citroën. And here we have the Citroën C1. The Citroën C1 was actually a joint project by Peugeot, Citroën, and Toyota. Therefore, the cars are exactly the same mechanically. However, each manufacturer has put on their own individual styling. The C1 and 107 look similar, whereas the iGo does not. All cars come in either 3 or 5-door variants, and in the UK, they were only offered with a 1-litre 3-cylinder engine. Your choices of transmission were either a 5-speed manual or a 5-speed automatic. Alright, so getting into the C1, well, there's not a lot to look at. I mean, you have your basic controls, you have your steering wheel, your gearbox, your radio, your fan controls, but spec is very low. There's no air conditioning. We have power windows. The controls are on the doors, as in the window switch for that door is on that door, and I cannot control it from this door, which is quite weird. There's also no height adjustment for this seat, and, well, if you look at the light here, it doesn't fade out like most cars do. But one nice feature is the car does have auxiliary, so you can just plug in your phone and play your own music, which is a nice feature. The interior is actually bigger than it might seem, thanks to this high roofline. However, interior storage isn't the most practical. You get these small door bins, a cubby near the steering wheel, 2 cup holders, and a rather petite glove box. The build quality is not the best, with exposed metal nearly everywhere, and don't expect the plastics to be premium feeling. Now, getting to the back seat is quite easy. All you have to do is pull this lever, and the seat, you just push it up. Stepping in isn't very awkward. The one gripe I have with the seats is when you do push the seat back, it suddenly goes back to an upright position, so the driver actually has to readjust the seat to his or her specifications. Now, actually sitting back here, well, I'm only 5'6½", so really I'm gonna fit in anything. Tall people will definitely find it a struggle in here. Headroom is good. Knee room is not so good, especially for tall people. Everything around here is really plasticky, and the rear bench is actually almost upright, so sitting in here for long journeys, I wouldn't recommend that. So apart from the really bad and cramped seating position at the back, the trunk isn't great either, as I'll show you now. So only the glass portion opens. You're left with this really awkward loading position. Now let me just take the shelf off here for you. And if you have a look inside, there really isn't much you can actually put inside. However, if you are taking friends to school, putting school bags in is quite easy. This is my friend's overloaded bag. God knows how many laptops he has in here. And it fits in, and you can fit maybe a couple more bags in there. But, you know, going to IKEA, flat-pack shopping wouldn't be the best of things. I should also mention the car does come with a spare tire. If you do need extra space, the rear seats split 50-50. However, it will be difficult getting anything bigger than a folding bicycle in here. So if you were to go shopping in IKEA, we recommend you get that shopping delivered, as anything bigger than a side lamp will struggle to fit. Of course, just being a city car, it's really easy to do U-turns in. It's actually a lot of fun, because the steering wheel is so light. It's just one move, walk to walk, and as easy as that. Driving on this really quiet road, it's completely fine, you know, you put it into 3rd gear, 20 miles an hour, it's completely fine. It's quiet, you can hear me speak. The steering is very light. You can't feel a thing, of course. It's responsive. Kick it down, and it will go. But, you know, it's unexpected anyway. It's not fun to drive anyway. It's just, it is what it is. So, of course, the major selling point of this car is how economical it is. I mean, I'll tell you right now, this car in the UK was only sold with a 1-litre engine, 3 cylinders, with 69 horsepower and 69 pound-feet of torque. It does 0 to 60 in 13.7 seconds to a top speed of 98 miles per hour. However, it only emits 106 grams per kilometer of CO2, meaning it only costs £20 a year in vehicle tax. So let's just quickly take this car on a B-road and see what it's like. certainly sounds good. That little 3-cylinder engine. The steering, like I said, is very, very light, and on a road like this, believe me, you do not want it to be like this. We're in 5th gear right now. We can easily maintain speed. We're going at 50 miles an hour. This is a 50 road.
I should also mention the C1 scored just 3 stars in the Euro NCAP test. However, each car comes with 4 airbags. ABS is standard, traction control is not.
It's like half a straight 6, half a 6-cylinder engine. It sounds really good in my mind, and for that reason, the sound alone, I think, is a definite reason to why you want to buy this car. As you can tell, I am raising my voice to while recording this. That's just because the noise is it's unbearable, really. So to sum up, the Citroën C1. It's cheap to run, cheap to drive, it's cheap to enjoy. Around town, it's really easy to drive, and the motorway, well, that's kind of stepping out of its comfort zone. If you do want something more fun to drive, my recommendation would be the Ford Ka. But for what it's worth, for what it is, the C1, the Peugeot 107, and the Toyota Aygo are great for people looking for their first car.